These programs will make you dread Friday nights. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst Cartoon Network shows.
Don't you worry, Raven. I'm gonna make this right. Open wide.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be reluctantly trudging through the worst that Cartoon Network had to offer, whether animated or live action. We're excluding Adult Swim series this time around.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you saying something? Please continue.
Number 10. Scaredy Squirrel. We've already said how horrendous the theme song is, now it's time to tear apart the rest of the show. Loosely based on Melanie Watt's book series, this Canadian import follows the titular germophobic squirrel as he and his best skunk friend engage in all types of shenanigans.
Before he gets a chance to reveal his prank, I'll super prank him and win the game.
Oh boy, do it!
Along with having next to nothing in common with its source material, the show suffers from unimpressive art and animation, along with rather uninspired writing. It feels less like an adaptation and more like another SpongeBob ripoff. What's even worse, the voice acting is like torture to the ears, especially Scaredy's.
We're not gonna argue with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a display to finish.
If you can't capture a book's true spirit, why bother adapting it? Number 9. Almost Naked Animals. The title alone is enough to repel viewers. Another Canadian import, the show follows a gang of badly shaven animals wearing nothing but undergarments as they run a resort hotel.
Gotcha!
Hey, Howie! Has it been 3 weeks already?
Uh-oh.
Their excitable manager, Howie, usually gets his staff involved in some form of hijinks. It's not exactly clear what demographic this series was aiming for, but it's safe to say that it didn't end up appealing to anyone.
We did it! We did it! That's happiness! 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 Happiness!
Not only were the imagery and character designs unsavory, the premise and episode plots are unbelievably boring with random, fast-paced humor.
All I need is an anti-gravity machine powered entirely by tomatoes!
There may have been a time when unsightly characters appealed to viewers, but that ship has sailed, and it took these animals' clothes with it. Number 8. Level Up. Time to open this can of worms. For a short while, Cartoon Network tried its hand at live-action programming, and most of them were pretty bad.
This leads to Sammy's Water Park and Roller Coaster Corn Dog Land. It's awesome!
For example, this forgotten disaster follows 4 gamers who do battle with escaped video game monsters, or leaks.
That's exactly the kind of in-game, non-reality based punishment I can really get behind. Let's rock this thing, nerds! Ugh!
In addition to being horribly out of place on a Cartoon Network, this show desperately tries to appeal to the gamer demographic, but knows nothing about how real gamers act, its characters being mostly stereotypes played by annoying actors. If you really want to appeal to your target audience, don't talk down to them or try to imitate their culture, or at least actually learn about them first. Number 7. Dude, what would happen? Imagine a reality show similar to Mythbusters, but without the charm or scientific integrity. That's exactly what you would get with Dude, What Would Happen? 3 eccentric teens set out to answer what could happen in some of the weirdest and most unimaginative situations through experimentation. Aside from once again being live-action litter on the Cartoon Network, the show spits in the eyes of science just to appeal to dumb thrill seekers.
Oh! You got the message! I wrote it, I delivered it, and now if Jackson can read it, I take home the caveman texting prize.
It doesn't help that the dudes are loud and in your face, and the jump cut editing is distracting. The show could have been fun for kids, if it were on a different network or properly written.
Seriously, dude, don't try this.
Number 6. Incredible Crew. The network tackled nearly every other live-action TV genre poorly, so why not add sketch comedy into the pot?
Blind makes me thirsty.
You really shouldn't shake because it'll...
Ow! Soda rain!
Created by Nick Cannon, Incredible Crew offers viewers a mishmash of surreal skits, weird music videos, parody commercials, and so on.
Introducing Face Jeans. Stylish denim jeans made for your face.
What's really incredible is how phoned in the comedy really is. You can tell that the actors are trying, but their performances come off as awkward and forced. Add to that the fact that sketch comedy has mostly moved to the internet in recent years, and you've got a show that feels hopelessly out of date.
Hey guys, check it out. Got a new bike.
So what? So you got a new bike? So what?
Not even Adventure Time's Jeremy Shatta could save this incredibly bad train wreck. Number 5. Uncle Grandpa. Originally, Uncle Grandpa debuted as a pilot episode for another terrible series called Secret Mountain Fort Awesome, before becoming its own spin-off. Not that it did any better.
You're right, Uncle Grandpa. Reading is magical.
That's right, Caleb.
The series follows a Mary Poppins-like man who's both the uncle and grandpa of everyone in the world, as he takes the kids he meets on strange adventures. Random humor is all fine and good, but Uncle Grandpa doesn't seem to know when to stop, and most of it has no rhyme or reason.
You just earned yourself one order of Uncle Grandpa's Spank Bottom Special.
The character himself is no better, with his annoying voice and boneheaded methods for fixing things. Would you really trust this guy to watch over your kids? Number 4. Teen Titans Go! The comment section would have our heads if we didn't include this stinker. Rather than continue fan favorite Teen Titans, the whole series was rebooted as a comedy that happened to feature the original's voice actors.
Comedy gold.
The show received lots of backlash from superfans, and it's easy to see why. It takes being random too far and paints the Titans as incompetent idiots who act more villainous than the actual villains.
There's only one thing we can do. Meatball party! Who wants meatball?
Arguably, the worst part of the series is how it constantly antagonizes its viewers. It knows the original is superior, but revels in its mediocrity, and practically rubs in the sad fact that it's here to stay. Number 3. Out of Jimmy's Head. A follow-up to the TV movie Reanimated, this show features Jimmy Roberts, a teenager with a cartoonist brain transplanted in his head, which, of course, allows him to see and talk to cartoon characters.
Golly World Entertainment assumes no liability for passengers with weak stomachs.
It tries to rip off Who Framed Roger Rabbit's cartoon world meets real life scenario, but Jimmy's regular life is cartoony enough. He has an alien sister, for crying out loud, rendering the cartoon characters unnecessary.
Apparently not.
Right.
They try to cover up the nonsensical, unfunny writing with a laugh track, but has that ever worked? Out of all the live-action shows the network tried to force on us, this is the one we wish we could remove from our heads the most.
Zing?
Terrible. Really bad.
Number 2. The High Fructose Adventures of Annoying Orange. Like what Nickelodeon did with Fred, the show, Cartoon Network decided to bring YouTube's Annoying Orange to the airwaves.
Ah! Alien monster! Set blasters to destroy!
Orange, no!
The series follows the titular character and his friends as they embark on zany adventures alongside their human friend. The title is an understatement, as this series is nothing short of obnoxious. The jokes and writing are lackluster, and the Orange himself is too grating to bear. While it got high views in the first few weeks, critics rightfully plowed it into the ground and buried it after 2 seasons.
How do I turn it off?
Oh, it's alright. Just leave it on.
I can barely see. I'll let some moonlight in.
If you want to bring a web series to television, at least be sure they have some substance and aren't irritating beyond all reason. Before we get to our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Yes!
Bad doggy! Bad doggy!
Why are you laughing at us, Spectro? Can't you see this hurt?
Surrender, mole people!
Or face our wrath!
Whoa, didn't see that coming. Okay, let's not freak out. I mean, how dangerous can mole people be?
Hello! My name is Rodney! I like your country! Is nice!
Number 1. The Problem Solverz. This unique little dud follows 3 detectives that take on any challenge they can find in the town of Farborough. Oh boy, where do we begin?
The only lead we have is a picture of the suspect bandits.
Wait, that's them? They look so cool. Oh, I want to meet them.
Their hair looks dirty!
The only thing harder on the eyes than the hideous character designs is the lazy animation. Furthermore, the writing provides absolutely nothing of value. Just random, off-the-wall humor for the sake of it.
Out of my way, bean delivery man. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm a problem solver.
It was originally pitched for Adult Swim, but was rejected and made into a kids' cartoon. Then cancelled after 1 season before the second/final season was released on Netflix.
Booyaka, booyaka!
Oh, cheese balls.
Another exciting problem solved by the Problem Solvers.
The one problem the Problem Solvers couldn't solve was how terrible their series was. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.